Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hold on just a second. I need to start the live stream. I don't know what's going on today. Law and Crime is saying it's a plea hearing today. Um, Law and Crime is saying a plea hearing. Kathy is saying it's kind of like a status hearing. I did ask her on Twitter if she could clarify. Hi, Kayla. Good morning, Too Pretty. Good morning, Joan. Good morning, Tia. Hey, Erica. Hey, Megan. Hey, Kiara. Hey, Megan again. Hey, Valencia. Hey, Jaleesa. Good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Kiana. Good morning, Ash. Good morning, Viral. Hey, Shawty Red. Hey, Jazz. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Mikhail. Hey, Princess. Good morning, Janice. Good morning, Krona, all the way from Germany. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Phoenix. Hey, Susan. Hey, Simply Styled. Good morning, Tawanda and Kiara. Good morning, Shameen. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Miracle. Good morning, Demetrius. Demetrius said Mel. Did you say something else? Because that make me feel like you got something to say. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, Demaya. Hey, Garielle. Hey, Brianna. Hey, Tori. Tori, I don't know if I saw you yesterday. Good morning. Good morning, Richard. Hey, Althea. I am early, girl. I really got up this morning at 8:30. I'm not talking about got up and sat there like I was up. Good morning, Calvin. No, this is Sylvia. I'm sorry. Good morning, Sylvia. Hey, Diamond. Please like the live as you come in. Thank you, Just Breathe. Good morning, T. Jones. Hey, Shay. Good morning, Susan. Please like the live. Thank you, guys. Good morning, Ashley. Tori, listen, I told them when I see certain faces and that I know are active in the chat, and then you pop up, I noticed that you've been gone. I'm like, wait a minute. I haven't seen her. What, Krona? Krona said before we get started on the real news. Let me see your other comment, Krona. Because y'all popped in here this morning. Y'all popped in here. Y'all, I don't know. I looked all morning. Maybe it'll pop up. I haven't seen Jarvis Butt's hearing for yesterday or today, whichever day it was. I haven't seen it. Good morning, Nikki. Jazz said we ain't doing no damn bigging this morning. I know that's right. Good morning, Justine. Hey, Stephanie. Are you been sick and in bed? My nephew's been sick. They say it's a little bug going around. Ashley, girl, when I got off live yesterday, child, I think what did I do? Took the dog out, talked to Mariah a little bit. Child took really just relaxing. I didn't even look at anything else. I was on for 10 hours yesterday. I really wasn't. I said, They did talk about me bad, Karen. Look at me early, okay? God said, it got rescheduled again. Okay, I texted her this morning. I was like, girl, I don't see it. Hey, Janine. Hey, Taranika. Hey, Kiss and Pink. How you doing? Hey, Wiki. Good morning. The trial will be in the fall. Okay, thank you, Tan. Hey, Drella. Good morning, Aisha. Yeah, I was looking, y'all. I didn't see it. I didn't see it this morning. But me and Miss J, we were texting early this morning because I said, let me text her and see. And I just didn't see I didn't see it anywhere. But I'm really interested to see what's going on with this YSL trial today because I subscribe to Law and Crime Trials, and I'm sure my algorithm is nothing but Law and Crime. But YSL, I saw that there was this plea hearing coming up, and I said, what the hell? So I don't know if it's a plea hearing. Is it a status hearing? So we're going to see this morning. Do I think Jarvis would tell on everyone if there's someone to tell on? Good morning, Brianna. Good morning, Ronnie. If y'all, I just posted something on my Instagram story, and I posted it there so you guys could see it. But one of the things that it said was, hey, I was locked up with Jarvis. You know, he swore he didn't do anything to her. What else did they say? They said that, you know, his books were loaded. women, not women, but visitors every other day, all of this type of stuff. Good morning, Yall. Hey, Isis. But for me, I don't know, y'all. People keep saying, oh, Shannon's involved. I think Shannon knew what was going on. But at this point, I can't see the police department not asking for her phone records, searching her records as well. If that were the case, I also can't see. I don't know. That could be why he can't tell you where it is. But look, tracking those 2 hours, where was Shannon? I mean, did she have an alibi? It could have solely just been him. I think her part, hey, Key, I think her part in all of it is she knew that that man was messing with that baby, and nothing would do that. Hey, India. Hey, Malaysia. Hey, Chrissy, good morning. Why Shannon never texts? Why Grandma never texts? Princess, I think there are so many things we could say. One of the things we know for certain is they feel that baby. We know that there was a lack of concern for her well-being. Good morning, Amisha. Good morning, Bougie Chef. Good morning, Gibson Girl. There was a lack of concern for. Good morning, Raynette. There's a lack of concern for her. Needed assistance to do things to that girl. I believe he acted alone. India, I put it on my Insta story today. I said, I know Shannon is involved, but I'm like, dang, I need to know how much. As far as murdering that baby, I can't see that, because at this point, it's been a year. And although the prosecution, they won't tell us everything, I think that would have been something they put in this hearing too. Good morning, Missy. Good morning, Ariel. Hey, Kaylin. Hey, Bella. Hey, Shannon. So that's the part that bothers me. I don't think that, I can't see her being out there when it actually happened. Do I believe, okay? Do I believe when she texts that man, still no tutor? Do I believe this lady somehow knew or felt that that girl was with that man? I do. Hey, Leslie, and oh my God. Oh my God. Every time I talk to y'all, here goes something else. I just believe they knew, but whatever happened, Jarvis did that alone. But Key, y'all listen, think about this though. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Malaysia. Well, Malaysia, I'm sorry, we spoke, but she definitely knew something. I want y'all to think about this. Do y'all remember listening to those text messages, how scared she was to really do anything? Do y'all remember that? We were listening to the text messages, and she just was afraid to do certain things because her grandmother was strict. She knew she'd get in trouble if she did certain things. You know, I'm not talking about sleeping with him or things like that, right? Because clearly they act like that they didn't know that was going on or whatever. Okay. What if? Come on, Nick. Nick is getting what I'm saying. How, if she'd never done this before, right? She had to explain. Maybe that's why they weren't concerned, because it wasn't said through text message, but it was said in person. Jarvis gonna pick you up today after school. Good morning, Danny. Hey, Kelly. No teletext was, what if, guys? Just think about it. That baby in the text messages and talking to y'all always brings something else up that I'm thinking. I'm thinking that baby was scared. She was just, what was she gonna tell her grandparents? I mean, her grandmama. India says exactly, Mel. She was known to hang at the shop, and he was asking for her at the house. Why wouldn't he be one of the people they thought she was with? Come on, India. But was calling around. Come on. I did a deeper dive after the live. The baby mama said she met Jarvis at the shop on the 10th, but King said he never came to work. I don't trust none of his baby mamas, Haley. And good morning, Haley. I don't trust any of them. Who is Wayne County? The prosecutor is no funny Willis. She is very detailed because of Devontae Stafford case from 2007. Hold up, friend. You know I gotta look that one up. Devontae Stafford. I'll put that up. I just want to type that in. Hey Jay, how you doing? They knew she was going to pick her up. Y'all, I feel that way. I feel that way in my heart because good morning, Zakia. Zakia, I was looking at something yesterday, and first of all, I need you to tell me if it's Zakia or Zakaya. You may have already told me, but I thought about that when I looked at I saw something yesterday and they had the name spread across the building, Zakia, but it was no Y. And I thought about you. I said, oh, I got my friend name. Good morning, Capture. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I think, good morning, Katina. I do feel like there is something's not right about that baby. Just all of a sudden, she's so big and bold, she gonna just not go home. Mm-mm. I just don't believe. I don't trust King either, Ashley. Good morning, big baby. I don't trust King either. Zakia. Zakia. Okay. Zakia. Zakia. I hope I was saying it right. I think I was saying it right. Ciao. Yes. Good morning, Jay. I was on the shade room. Someone was like, the grandma charged the laptop before she gave it to the detective. Shannon did that. Because Capture Willow, y'all got to listen on these lives. What Capture, you may not have been there, but I know you're always in the chat. She had 2 tablets, Capture Willow. She had that tablet at school that I didn't know you could use Instagram on, but a lot of people in here said kids have a workaround, but you could use that Instagram. You could use Instagram. She had her school tablet and her home tablet. Oh, I've been saying it right this whole time. Okay, good for you. Good morning, D baby. Good morning, Ken. And Shannon say she knew her. So key. Let's talk about this for a second, y'all. Why you got to go to Detroit, Virgo? It's going to be streamed. Okay, let's talk about what Key just said. Good morning, Adrian. Hey, Kendra. Please like the live as you come in. We should be at 247 likes by now. Let's take a second and think about this. When you make a password, she said she never said what the password was, Shannon. But Shannon is not this girl's mother, okay? Shannon doesn't seem like she was any type of motherly figure to her, but they lived in the same house, y'all, okay? But she said, she said for a fact, I tried a password I thought it could be, and then I tried my password and it worked. What do they have in common? Oh, come on, Key. What do they have in common? Prince is saying Jarvis gave her the password. I think it has something to do with him. 4-digit password 1121. Good morning, Diamond. 1121, his birthday. 1121, 4-digit code. Yes, Isis, because I said, why the hell would you and her have a birthday in common? I mean, have a password in common. Now, Brianna, don't get brand new on me, Brianna. Y'all, I bet money it was his birthday. Demise, you know what, Miss Sheila? I said demise looked like he's heading for demise. Okay. Good morning, honey. Good morning, Miss Sheila. It's Jarvis's birthday. I said it when she said I tried a password I thought it could be, which was probably her birthday, right? That didn't work. What's the next thing come to mind? Probably Jarvis, because why you and her got the same password? You 30 something. You 30, she's 13. Why would y'all have the same password? Why? Wow, it just didn't make sense. I said, oh, it was Jarvis' password. And my second thing is, why would she know to try that password next? Why would she try that password? Good morning, B. Callie. Why would she try that password? Mm-mm. No. That's how the grandma knew she was online. Remember, she said she was sneaking and family would tell her. Yep. But see, so Key, I was taking that as they probably see a post. Ashley, I'm not sure if she changed her number. India, I can't remember, but we can go. But we can go back and look, India, because I don't know if they said it, India, but I do know I remember feeling like, how the hell y'all have the same password when we watched it? I'll go make sure, because y'all know we want to be sure over here. What that girl saying in the chat yesterday, y'all YouTubers don't be telling the whole story. Oh, we tells the story over here, okay? Good morning, Erica. Good morning. I don't think so, Key. I don't think they asked it either. I would play the clip, but y'all know I don't want to mix the clips in over here. Good morning, Lex. Good morning. I believe Shannon. Good morning, Nene. I believe Shannon killed. I don't know, Nene. Nene, the evidence does not point to Shannon. That's my only problem with this whole Shannon killed her. The evidence does not point to Shannon, at least the evidence we've seen. Y'all know we're going to see more at trial. But, hold on, let me see what Princess said. Wait, hear me out. Maybe she changed the password so it can look like the girl was obsessed. Girl, I'm sorry. Ain't no way you can make it seem like she was throwing herself on Jarvis. That would be real cute if we didn't have all them texts, y'all. Key, I still have to let it be known, baby. She said, y'all, what Brianna tell her? Black people don't like when y'all use the word y'all. We don't know that. I do not capture. I tried looking this morning. I said, Lord Jesus, this is why I'm not an investigative reporter. I watched the trial and go from there, because I don't know how the hell you find that. Jazz. Okay, Jazz. Good morning, Carisha. Good morning, Jackie. She said, oh, brother, here go the warning. Y'all, please like the live. Ash, they better like this live. Kissing Pink, I have to say this again because people keep sending me. I just can't sit through those family interviews. Kissing Pink, I can't sit through them. She said we told her up anyway, though. The text and IG show she was in love. She wouldn't need to change the password to show that. Come on. Can't, and not with the text, y'all. Not with the text. Those text messages clearly show it was mutual. I don't care how sick we think it is. That man was giving that girl the same energy she was giving him, right? So you could never say this little girl kept doing this. And I never once heard that man say, Naziah, this is inappropriate. I'm telling your aunt and your nana, stop texting me. Never once heard that man say that. I think what was sickening was the fact that he would allow that baby to find other victims. They say she's standing stressed and smoked out. She probably is, because after that man, y'all done burnt my bacon for the morning. How the hell that happened? After that man told that girl, I don't want to sleep with Shannon, I want you. I said, oh, I know Shannon was sliding down the wall, because you've been riding for this man so long, and now him telling your 13-year-old niece he does not want you. He's telling your third. So I just know Shannon. I don't. And I'm gonna say this too, because Nicole just made me think about this. People keep saying she just had a birthday party for his birthday. His birthday in November. So I said somebody gonna have to show me some proof from November that she had some type of party or whatever it is people are trying to say she did for his birthday. I don't even know how you have a birthday party for a person in jail. That's crazy. That's mental illness in itself right there. You have a birthday party for a person that's sitting in jail. Y'all remember when Duke said he made his mama some kind of jail cake? Hell, Jarvis could have made that himself. Yeah, Jasmine, go back and listen to the password. She said I tried a password I thought it could be, and then I tried my password and it worked. The damn brother acting like a hype. What do they need a GoFundMe for, Key? What do they need a GoFundMe for? Can somebody explain that? Yeah, I'm catching up on, because y'all know I was trying to get that. Let's see, video from the dad, not watching their father. The father's a piece of shit, and I know he's dead. I do know he's dead, but you let your daughter be missing before you went and got her. What she thought, I was explaining that to Mariah Isis, that you could tell in those text messages she really just wanted someone to love her. And she thought she did what she thought was love, right? Let me show him I love him by doing what I know he loves to do. She may not have loved to do those things, but she loved him so much, wanted his attention. Let me do what I think he wants me to do. So I don't know. I don't trust none of their family because let me tell y'all this. I just can't do it. This has been going on for more than just a year. Like, oh, of course, Danny. And I did see the message. The 4-year-old they said was a girlfriend's daughter, not his daughter, but a girlfriend's daughter. I said, oh my, what does the brother need to GoFundMe for? Please explain that to me. And I'm not even being mean. What does the brother need to GoFundMe for? India, please stop playing with me. Even if she deleted those messages, y'all know they could have got them. I'm sorry to hear what could come out in trial, but Mel, her mental is ill. We all heard the testimony. Why you sorry, Haley? Are you talking about Shannon? Because she's outright crazy. A family of scammers and drifters. Carisha, I didn't even see what you said, friend. I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Y'all know, why do they have a GoFundMe? Oh, Kiara, a memorial a year after that baby been missing? Is that what you're telling me? Hold on, y'all. Nah. Good morning, Blake. I just saw your name, friend. Where you been? 18 with no job and a baby. Ain't trying to do. First of all, he was on a video with a little boy smoking behind him. And I know he's gone through things, but what's your plan? No, I'm sorry. He don't have a job. Go get a job. Sell your story to the highest bid or something. What? I don't trust it. Hey, Alice. Yeah, I don't, And see, this is again what pisses me off. The poor baby ain't stand a chance. She ain't stand a chance. And I'm sorry. I hear all of the family members, but somebody just said in the comments, this didn't start a year ago. Okay. You could tell me all day you want to rant. I just, let me tell you, I have a niece right now. My niece lives in Memphis. I'm all the way in Georgia. If I felt like something was going on with my niece, you couldn't keep me out of Memphis. My family, we gonna stand on 10, right? If something happened to my little girl at Jackson State, baby, you can't keep me at that president's office every day making sure something happened with my daughter. Something happened at my son's school, anywhere about my son. Y'all not gonna tell me you tried that hard and nothing happened. I do now. Let me say this too now. I'm not just talking about CPS. I'm talking about the police because see, CPS is one thing, but actually a child actually being assaulted, all it took was an exam. All it would take was an exam to see that this baby, because you remember in the text message, said she better be a virgin. All it takes is some sort of exam. Okay, that's what I just think some people, and I'm not trying to dispute people didn't. I'm not saying they didn't report. I'm just saying, what are you calling? What is your definition of we tried? India. Because why y'all not helping him now? Because I definitely heard a woman say that boy, she was trying to help him. He's 18 now. Why are you not helping him now? He need to go fund me. Do you hear me, Crona? They all get the side down to further investigation. I just don't appreciate people. Oh my God, we tried. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what people's definition of we tried is. It had to be Zakia. Like, how hard did you try? How hard did you try? And especially, like, did you just think it was an unsafe home? All right. Y'all saw she was fed, no bruises on her. Okay. Or did you, in your mind, know that that baby was being assaulted? So I guess I don't have clarification on that. I don't have clarification on that. I know that's right, Carisha. Mm-hmm. It was just heavy, y'all. When I got off yesterday, we had been on so long and we watched so much, we were going through so much. I was just like, my heart hurt for that baby. I just kept, man. My daughter found one of her old Instagrams around she was like, my baby was probably 10. She was 10, I think. And it was a private page, but she would post pictures and stuff. And so we went she sent me some pictures from it. And y'all, my child was so in love with me. She was like, Mama, it seems like I was obsessed with you. And it made my heart smile that my daughter loved me. That my daughter loved me. Somebody just sent me a cash app, y'all. Who just sent me a cash? Y'all, let me see what this is for. This probably for some shirts. I'll get on here and look. Whoever sent me cash app, I just got it. If you message me on Instagram, I'll check it after here. But I was just like, I'm so happy that I loved on my daughter the way I did. She loves on me the way she does, because children, they deserve love. They didn't ask to be here. We made the decision to bring these children to the world, right? Jaleesa, we made the decision to come into the world. And hold up, not you getting Irish money this early. Bye, y'all. We made that decision to come into the world. And you can't blame your kids for that, right? Why? Hold on, y'all. Let me see what they're saying. Because law and crime is still not up. But I'll check Fox 5. Let me try to check that real quick. Let's see. Okay, let's switch screens, y'all. Thank y'all for whoever said that. Let's switch screens.
What motions are you anticipating filing?
At the present time, Your Honor.
Pick up your mic and speak into it.
At the present time, Your Honor.
Thank you. That is so much better.
Thank you. I can't say at the present time. I've not finished the recitation of we're going through all of the condensed version of the evidence, but I would just ask for leave till
Okay,
Monday.
y'all realize the condensed version of the evidence is less evidence than it was before. You already should know the entire universe of the evidence and know, okay, if this evidence is still going to be presented, here is the motion in limine that I need to file to address it.
Well,
so you shouldn't still need, you should be able to tell me it's going to be these three or this one, or maybe it won't be any because that evidence isn't here yet. You shouldn't just now be like, I think I need to figure out what to do with this evidence.
No, I'm not saying that I need to figure out what to do with the evidence, Your Honor. However, in order to provide proper representation for my client, I have to go through all of the additional evidence to make sure that it's the same as the first evidence, to make sure that there's nothing been included that was not in the first part of the evidence.
Let's pause for a minute. Is there any new evidence that wasn't included in the last drop of evidence?
No, Your Honor.
There's not any. You don't need to worry about that.
Thank you.
And Mr. Dart.
Yes, Your Honor. I just wanted to draw the court's attention. I would like to join in the defense request as well for time to file a motion in limine. I did see those same YouTube videos, Your Honor. I have gone through some of them. They do, for the most part, so far, what I've seen look like just music videos, rap lyrics, things like that. But Your Honor, because it's, by my count, I counted just in stuff just related to my client, 250 plus social media posts, and I was still counting, but 118 plus videos that all could or somehow potentially relate to my client with respect to this argument. So, Your Honor, I would just ask for time to
All right.
get through all of those. I do also, Your Honor, submitted a motion.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that too.
Correct.
Okay, so it does not need to be ex parte, and you want funds for an investigator and a gang expert. And here is what, and I know that you were appointed July 19th of 2024, but July 19th of 2024 was 6 months ago at this time. I told you in December that we were looking at a late February trial start, and that you had and would have more than enough time to get your case ready. This should not be the day that you are for the first time saying, oh, you know what, I think I might want some assistance. Let's review, and y'all have all been before Judge Dempsey for the last 8, 10, 12 months on this case,
Your Honor,
except for you, who started in July, 6 months for you. And you should have, as soon as you got into the case, reviewed everything that had already gone on in the case. And in September of 2023, an order specific to your client was entered by Judge Dempsey saying that defendants pending motions, nobody had done anything on them, and they were not going to be before the court any longer. January of 2024, a scheduling order entered in this case applicable to everyone.
Your
The
Honor,
deadline for the state, if you interrupt me again, we're going to have a problem, okay? I am talking.
I understand, Your Honor.
The deadline for the state and the defendants to file any additional pretrial motions is February 6, 2024. Now, I know you weren't in the case February 6, 2024, but when July rolled around and you reviewed what had been filed, you at that time in July or early August should have come to Judge Dempsey and said, Judge Dempsey, I'm new in this case and I need funds for an investigator. In May 14th, 2024, Judge Dempsey, no further pretrial motions will be considered by the court. I told you all in December what the deadlines were going to be. And every one of y'all is like, oh gosh, you know what? I think I need more time. I just find that to be problematic. Very problematic. All right, turning to the state here for a minute. I got this morning a chart of what maybe the redacted indictment is going to look like by the time we go to trial. And I'm honestly not sure I even understand it. So have y'all been able to redact the indictment yet, or come up with what you think it's going to look like, or what counts you're going forward on?
Yes and no. So I'm,
Okay.
I'm working on the actual redacted indictment. It's been time consuming because I'm trying to make it.
Okay, can I ask a simple question? I hope a simple question that might clarify things for all of us. Do you still plan to go forward on count one, the Rico count against anybody.
Yes, Your Honor, but we made, so the very first, I guess, chart that you're looking at on page one, I believe the original, in count one, there was 191 overt acts. I've reduced that down to 63 overt acts.
Okay.
And so I think that's going to consolidate and shorten the trial immensely as it relates to the previous trial that Your Honor presided over.
Mm-hmm.
And as I continue to redact the indictment, there may be a few overt acts that I can also erase based on the fact that Mr. Mender did take a plea on Monday or Tuesday of this week. But I will have the redacted indictments, Your Honor, first thing Monday morning, Your Honor.
All right. Do the defense attorneys have this somewhat confusing chart?
Yes, Your Honor,
Yeah.
they do.
Okay. Is it any less confusing to y'all than it is to me?
I can help try. I mean, it's count one, and then there's an act. The box says act. Those are all the acts that we'd be going forward on count one.
Okay.
If you flip to page 3,
Mm-hmm.
each one of those contains the actual count in which each defendant is charged with, and that will, that's what we're going to be moving forward with as it relates to each one of the remaining defendants as it relates to the counts.
Okay, so the first 2 pages are just what count one is going to look like, although maybe even shorter.
Yes, Judge.
And then basically the remaining, the substantive counts, if you will, against each defendant, those are listed on the last page, page 3, and those basically stay the same. Is that right?
Correct, Your Honor. And
Okay.
each one kind of has a short summary as to what each count or each overt act covers as it relates to the previous indictment and the incident or the act.
Okay. All right. And have the parties exchanged their narrowed witness lists?
Not yet. But we can get that done fairly quickly as it relates to each act and
Okay.
fairly.
So this is not really the pretrial conference. This is the pre-pretrial conference. Okay. Mr. Dark.
Yeah.
You said within your motion that you didn't have anything other than names for any of the state's witnesses. Is that accurate? And if that's the case, have you talked to counsel for the state about that?
Your Honor, when I look through some of those things, I'm sorry, Your Honor, when I look through some of those things, there's some witnesses that are listed in parts of the discovery where it is name only, but there are some where more information is provided. I did send an email to Mr. Abadi related to a separate discovery issue where some aspects of the discovery are completely inaccessible to me.
Inaccessible?
I can't open them at all or download them or anything. And so we're trying to work through that. He did tell me that he would either try to reserve it or get me something else, I think today or this week. But
just cut to the chase.
Up in the month between then and now.
Well, the issue with that is from what I understand, and I'm not trying to put words in anybody's mouth, but I can at least speak for Mr. Dark. Doesn't sound like he's been through the original discovery that was served to him, and it all works in that. It was very time consuming for me to then basically do it again, but narrow it by moving it to a different Dropbox link. That took me literally 29 hours is what it says. And Your Honor had given me the deadline for the first full week of January, which the last day of the first full week of January is January 12th, which is when I got it to him.
Okay.
I had my personal issues where I was dealing with the family members, oncologists, and things of that nature. So that was more important, to be perfectly honest, than getting it before the end of the first full week of January. So he's clicking on the link that he's saying on the new discovery link for the narrow version. He can go find it in the full one, but I will make sure that I look at the new link and remedy any issues that I learned about this morning, because that's when I learned about the issues was this morning. I think around 8:30.
There does not seem to be any kind of advanced communication between anybody between counsel and counsel, between counsel and the court. Communication really does help because then we know what we're dealing with before we get to court.
Well, Your Honor, to that point, I emailed Mr. Abadi several times prior to today. When I first got on the case, I asked for discovery at the time. There's several emails that have gone unanswered. I understand Mr. Abadi has a heavy caseload. He has personal matters. I have 5 children. I have a heavy caseload as well. But I am simply trying to give my client an actual defense, a robust defense. I need assistance to do that. So that's the basis of the request. I have no problem going to find anything, but I need assistance to do that because unfortunately I don't only have this case. I'm appointed counsel in several other courtrooms. I'm speaking trial before Judge Cox, and that client is entitled to defense as well. So, Your Honor, that's the basis of my request. And I know that my client would greatly benefit for just having some assistance on this case. Otherwise, it's almost a forced mistrial, or it's almost a forced ineffective assistance.
You setting that up right now for us, given what you keep saying? I would really like for you to do that. You should have been working on this case since you got it in July.
I have been.
Right.
Literally have. I've been way more than 29 hours.
Would certainly hope so.
I think we all have, but we're still waiting on the 8 terabyte, USB, whatever you want to call it, that we've requested defense counsel, like every other counsel had to provide. And we've done our best through Dropbox, but the surefire way to make sure everything works is to provide the 8 terabyte USB, whatever they're called, like we've requested, and nothing has gone unanswered. I've responded to each email that defense counsel, despite the fact that one was sent this morning, that's the only one I haven't been able to respond to.
Can you go ahead and provide the 8 terabyte, whatever it is, so that they can give all the discovery back to you on that?
Your Honor, I think that was partly included as a basis for the request for funds, but if worst case scenario,
I'm happy to give you some funds so that you can go out and buy one of those,
yes, Your Honor, I would need that, and then I could most certainly do that.
even though it is not anywhere in your motion, but
And I can
yeah.
amend that motion.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Your Honor. In speaking, prior you were speaking with regards to the redacted indictment in this matter, and then looking at the charges that are listed for Mr. Eppinger, I'd just like to bring the state's attention that count 35 against Mr. Eppinger was dismissed prior in the earlier trial, prior to his severance in this matter, and I still see it listed as the possible charges here, but that count was dismissed earlier by Judge Glanville prior to Mr. Eppinger's severance in this case.
Okay. Y'all check into that? Do you happen to know like a date or was there a written order or anything like that?
It was during the wild commotion of jury selection, Your Honor. I don't remember the exact.
Okay. Well, that'll give them something to look at. Okay. All right, speaking of jury selection. Everybody was supposed to look at the jury questions from the case one that y'all were all involved in for at least a little part of it. And narrow down, tell me what y'all don't need anymore, what you think is, irrelevant. If there was anything that you wanted added, y'all were supposed to have provided those to me by now. I've gotten a very, very short proposed questionnaire from the state. And is it accurate that that is all that the state wants asked?
That is all. Yes, that's
Okay. And I've gotten nothing from any of the defendants.
That's my position on the questionnaires, that the original questionnaire was more than sufficient. I didn't really see a need for any additional questions. To the extent that any of the questions in there were no longer relevant to particular defendants, those would be struck. But otherwise, the format of that, I think, was necessary and sufficient in the case of this matter.
Okay, so I'm not sure that we're going to do anything that lengthy. What I envision is potentially having the potential jurors come in and do on kind of a tablet, which we now have newly available from jury services, a series of questions that would be kind of the preliminary things we ask the whole group. and then let y'all follow up as necessary, but after you get the answers. And so the format may change a little bit with regard to exactly how that gets asked. But if nobody has anything new to propose and nothing you particularly want stricken, unless it's, of course, not relevant to a particular defendant, I'll just take a closer look at everything and come up with something that I think is appropriate. And then what is our best time estimate for the trial length at this point?
I'll stick with the 90 days.
90 days, okay.
But I think it's going to be
Okay.
90 days. I think your prediction of 6 weeks may come true.
Okay. All right. All right. And the jury that eventually was the jury in the last case was sat from the first, 300 or 400 jurors? 400? 500? All right. So and that at the time was projected to be a 6-month trial. So if we're talking about a 3-month trial, I cannot imagine we're going to need to pull in more than, I'm thinking 400 jurors at most ought to get us what we need.
State of Regional.
Okay. Anybody on the defense side disagree with that? Okay. All right. And I mean, obviously, y'all don't need to make a decision at this point in time about whether you wanted to present a defense case or not. But if I say 3 months at the longest, do y'all feel like that's reasonable?
Yes, Mr. Garland.
Okay.
Yes, for Mr. Eppinger. Your
Okay.
Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, I think, Mr. Dark, maybe if you and I want to get together on what kind of funds you need,
Ladies and gentlemen,
but you're going to have to
Chaplain
get
Green.
moving. Because at this point, I am not moving our start date for our trial.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay?
And Your Honor, with
me
respect
as I
to
pray God's
what I had was
blessings
a
upon
proposed
this
trial
ceremony.
date of
to
February
farewell.
24th.
That's right.
I did file leave and I sent it to your chambers as well as the state. And that is inclusive until the 28th. So I would just ask for a start date.
So knowing that we were going to specially set this trial for February 24th, you recently filed requesting a leave during that time?
No, Your Honor, I sent that on, I think, December 4th or December 6th.
Did you say anything to me about that leave when we were here in December?
No, Your Honor, I sent it to Ms. Rosser. I sent it to Mr. Abadi.
But you didn't bother to say to the judge during the time we were discussing a potential start date, Judge, I've got to leave in?
Your Honor, we didn't have a date at that time. I don't think we discussed a date at that time, but if we did, I apologize. But yes, I did send it to your chambers and I did send it to the prosecutor.
But while we were here in court, you didn't say anything about it. You didn't. Y'all communicate with the court as much in advance as you possibly can about any potential issues. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm much more likely to be understanding about things if I know beforehand what I'm dealing with.
Your Honor, with respect to that, whenever we speak about the funding, I will address another issue. I will just rather
Okay.
address that directly.
All right. Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Your Honor, just wanted some clarification from the court. So, and this goes as far as other cases that I may have. I know I have other cases that are coming up for trial. Some of them are older than this case. Should I consider this case especially set for February 24th?
Well, I don't know, because apparently we've got an attorney with a leave covers through that day. So I don't know, I'll have to look at his leave. And then anybody else with any leaves already filed that I need to know about when I'm trying to decide on a date?
No,
All right.
no leave, Your Honor.
Okay, let me ask y'all this, just terms of kind of procedurally speaking. If we do the tablets with just, you know, the jurors are sitting there filling it out on their own. I know Judge Cox had done a pilot of that in what was going to be a multi-defendant gang case that he had. Everybody ended up pleading before they got very far. But what everyone had agreed to in that case, and what I'd like to propose and see what people think about for this case, is they agreed to first a kind of summary of this is generally what this case is about, instead of a reading of the full indictment prior to the, you know, the tablet, what used to be kind of the written questionnaire portion of the trial. Could we think about something like that and potentially agree on that? And then second, there was a videotape of the judge basically saying, you know, the very preliminary things the judge always says, you know, this is a criminal case, here are your basic instructions, answer everything honestly. And I think the jury services people were there, and maybe the judge's staff attorney was there, but the judge wasn't there, the attorneys weren't, for either side weren't there, the defendants weren't there. It was just kind of as though we mailed it out and they filled it out at their home. We wouldn't have been there. Does anybody have objection to, and the reason I'm asking is because if everybody is okay with that just being sort of a procedural thing that they all do, and then y'all get the answers, we could still potentially start our jury selection on the 24th without, if the attorneys aren't going to be there anyway, and we already know what the questionnaire is going to say, what the instructions are going to say, we can have them start going through that process and then not actually worry about the fact that Mr. Dark has a leave-in. What do y'all think about that?
Well, Your Honor, as far as the last matter of jury selection, Mr. Eppinger was part of that at that time. And the attorneys were present while the jurors viewed the video. We were all upstairs in the jury room.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's my mistake. Then I had met with jury services earlier this week, and I guess their recollection was that nobody was there, but
Oh, no, Your
I
Honor,
stand corrected.
We were all convened up in the jury services room.
Okay.
And we were there while the jurors watched the video, where we were able to observe them watching the video, because there are some jurors that other attorneys may mention were asleep during the video, on their phones during the video, or had left out. So that is one reason.
Okay.
I believe it was Mr. Steele that brought it up, that the attorneys needed to be there to observe these things.
Okay.
For the jury to assist us in our jury selection process.
All right. So were the attorneys there when the jurors were filling out oh, y'all didn't, I'm sorry, y'all didn't do that with TAP. I was talking about, I'm sorry. I'm being confusing. I wasn't talking about this case. I was talking about Judge Cox's case, where they did it with the tablets. That's what they all ended up deciding. And I'm wondering if we could decide something similar, but I mean, we don't have to. If we all want to be in some courtroom somewhere.
Well, Your Honor, the last time when we went through the process, there were 28 people in this room. So there were logistics issues and things of that nature. And if the state is going to parse down the indictment, I don't believe that the video will be 4 hours as it was the last time. So I don't have an objection to showing the video as we did last time and proceeding with the same process.
Your Honor, and previously, everyone was present for the watching of the video, but when they filled out the jurors' questionnaires, we were not present.
Okay.
They were the jurors were in a separate room. They filled out the questionnaires, and no parties were present during the questionnaire portion, only the viewing of the video, which was the reading of the indictment.
And all that happened during the video was the reading of the indictment?
That is correct.
Okay, so were there any I would propose to give some basic preliminary instructions, I was thinking via video, prior to them even getting handed a tablet by jury services and told, you know, here's your jury questionnaire, you're just doing it on a tablet instead of in writing. Would anybody have an issue with that?
That's what occurred. So the video was first. So the video with some preliminary instructions, the reading of the indictment happened first, and then maybe that following Monday, I believe, jurors came in and they filled out the questionnaires without us. So the video happened first.
All right. I am not wanting to make jurors come back 3 and 4 and 5 different times. I'm thinking it is not going to be a 4-hour video, is probably not even going to be a 1-hour video. I would like for it to be a summary of the indictment, since they're going to hear the whole indictment later anyway, just like this is a case about whatever we all determine it will say it's about. And then just the preliminary. It's a criminal case, defendants have a presumption of innocence, you need to be honest on your questions, that kind of thing. And then have jury services say, here's the tablets. Are y'all thinking you want to be present for that? And it's fine if you do, you have a right to be.
Video judge?
Yeah.
Yes. I think it would be.
Okay, all right. Given that, then I probably won't do it as a video. If we're all gonna be present anyway, I'll probably just sit there and read the instructions to them. Because what's the point of the video if we're all there? Okay. All right, well, if that's the case, then we do have to take into consideration the leave that's apparently already filed. So let me look again at what looks good for dates. As we approach March, I think it starts to be everybody's spring breaks, which a lot of the private schools have spring break that first week in March. So if we're not going to do the last week in February, we might want to jump to the second week in March. When is the state, when are you going to know in terms of witnesses that you actually intend to use this time around? That's usually a pretrial conference thing, exchanging the witness lists, the final witness lists.
We can have a condensed witness list, council by, let's say, next Friday.
So that's January 24th. Can you have it filed by noon? Hmm? Or at least exchange it and provide the court with a copy. Mr. Dark, I'm looking for a leave filed, and I'm not seeing one. When was it filed? Ms. Ross, are you with us on Zoom?
Yes, I am. I sent a copy, but I didn't see that it was filed, Judge, until you just mentioned something.
I mean, do you see it filed at this point? I don't see it.
I am going to check.
And if not, we're going to get an order out today, especially setting this trial for the day we already picked.
Now, it looks like I sent it to Mr. Abadi and Ms. Foster on 6th
Of,
December.
did you file it?
It does not look like it got filed that day, Your Honor.
Does it look like it got filed ever?
I believe, I'll have to go back through my filings and see if it got filed and maybe we'll check. We submitted it the same day that we sent it to your chambers and Mr. Abadi, Your Honor. But I will go back and double check, but I do not see it in my e-file notifications.
Neither do I, Judge. I don't see that it's been filed on the docket.
I don't either. Do you have a copy of it that you could provide to the court?
Yes, Your Honor. I sent it to Ms. Rosser, but
Judge, I forwarded to you about 30 minutes ago in an email.
Okay. It just came through.
But Your Honor, it was originally sent back in December.
Okay, but it wasn't filed and it's still not filed. Wasn't filed, wasn't mentioned, and is still not filed. Well, and then, I don't, how are we ever going to try this case? You've got leave for a couple of weeks, a month, every month. I mean, that's just not going to work.
And Your Honor, with respect to that date and the April dates, everything else is movable. But the April dates is what I was going to speak to the court about.
Why don't you just come up here right now and let's speak?
Sure.
Can you go ahead and file the special setting of this case for February, to begin February 24th, please?
I'm sorry, Judge?
Go ahead and get an order, especially setting this case ready to file.
Okay.
Y'all, I am done. And I know it's cold in there. D. Williams said it's cold in there, but at least when she went to the court, when she stood up, she would not have on a coat. I'm a little bothered that they're so unprepared. And the fact that he got this coat is sending me, I can't, yeah, listen. Hey, D'Angelo, I can't believe this. I'm a little bothered. I'm actually judging the book by its cover right now because the fact that and I know it's cold in that courtroom, but I ain't never seen my boy Brian Steele, Keith Adams, Doug Weinstein, Attorney Matthews. They all got through this trial with no coats on. Oh, God. I'm a little bothered. And it's the fact that you didn't file what you told Paige you filed. You lied. I don't know how you forgot you didn't file it. I don't know what the hell is going. You've been on this trial this case 6 months. What's going on? Yeah, we might need to pitch in. And while we're on the intermission, please like the live, y'all. It's almost 400 of us in here. Please like the live, guys. It helps me stay in the algorithm. I do appreciate it. And shout out to everybody in the chat. And Key, you count your days, baby, because not you. Shotty Red, thank you, okay, for figuring out that something is updated on YouTube because I have never seen y'all profile pictures this big. How the princess done changed hers. Y'all in here finding these pictures, okay? And I hate that Key. I can't have a space where I can tell my people, baby, you giving it on that profile pic. Okay? I hate that I can't just tell y'all beautiful on the profile pics with Key telling me I play for the other team. Okay? What's going on in this chat? Are we cool or not? I'm feeling like my twin today, Key. I might need to get him on the line. I'm gonna have to get him on the line, okay? Y'all, when I was looking at these pics, I kept saying, I've seen that picture of Jaleesa before, but never on YouTube. And it's just so big. And I'm like, okay, okay. Let me get Dad on the line and tell him, come get your girl, because your girl cutting up in the chat. They said, y'all go put y'all big pictures up. Baby, put y'all big pictures up and gonna have me talking about, wait a minute. Look at friend. Okay.
Powerful natural detox. Delightful lime taste.
Cause not me want to join. Hold up, y'all. Hold on just a second. Cause I just thought about some shit. Put me up on the screen. Okay. Put me up on the screen too. Cause I love that picture. Hold up. She probably finna start talking. They did some updates because I don't know why Jaleesa picture. It was Jaleesa's, India's, Erica's. I was looking at them like, okay. And then after, I think Jaleesa was the last one. I said, now y'all really cut up on these pictures. And I talk to y'all every day, but I'm always putting the comments up and still in the chat. So, okay, hold on.
And then April 28th, 9th, and 30th. And I mean, it's possible if we get started, we'll be finished by then, but it's not a guarantee. And if that's the case, we're just going to have to take those days off. That would be it's not going to be 7 weeks of trial because we're going to have to do jury selection, and jury selection is going to take a while. So we have to work around those dates. All right, if we start jury selection that first week in March, while that is spring break for a lot of people, it'll just be that any potential jurors out there in the Fulton County universe who will have been summoned for that week will already have told jury services whatever their excuse is before they ever get to us. So they just basically will never get to us. And so I guess it won't matter it won't be like we've got jurors saying, I'm on spring break this week, or my kids are on spring break this week. They will already have told jury services and been deferred. So that probably will not be the big problem for us that I had been anticipating. So I'm thinking we plan to start with jury selection on March 3rd. And if nobody is willing to waive watching the giant group of jurors get told the preliminary instructions, then that's when we'll have to start. And then, I don't know, we'll just go from there. Which means we'll have a couple of gaps in April probably for those few days, like during the trial itself. All right. Okay, so y'all are all going to file whatever narrow, small motions in limine specific to whatever these two music videos are by noon on Monday. The redacted indictment is going to be ready and shared with defense counsel and the state also by noon on Monday. Or do you need to close a business on Monday? Close a business on Monday. Monday's not technically a work day anyway, since it's MLK Day, but we'll call that 5 p.m. on Monday. Witness lists to all of us by noon on Friday, January 24th. We will be starting jury selection March 3rd. We will be taking April 21st, 2nd, and 3rd, and April 28th, 29th, and 30th off, if we're still going at that point in time. Beyond those dates, anybody have any dates that I need to know right now that are stretching out through the next 4 months, maybe 5 months from now, that is something immovable for y'all? Okay. All right, so that should be our only pause in the trial. Who thinks that's going to be true? Not me. Okay, so we're going to meet, let's see, can the state also have any response they want to file to whatever motions in limine get filed by next Friday, close of business? Okay. All right, so why don't we plan to get back together if need be? I think we need to get back together and check in with each other so that y'all can keep me apprised of how we're progressing. How about let's plan to have court, let's say 9:30 on Thursday, February 6th, to take up, deal with whatever we need to. Oh, okay. That whole week? Do you anticipate it still being going on Friday? Could we maybe do something Friday?
Maybe with the jury deliberating at that point.
Okay.
I have no objection to
Okay, all right, let's do that. Then let's say Friday at 9:30, Friday, February 7th, for we'll just call that pretrial conference also. Anything else anybody needs to bring to the court's attention at this point in time?
Your Honor, Attorney Johnson for Mr. Eppinger. We're just trying to get some clarification as regards to the jury questionnaire. I was just wondering, are we going to adopt the one that we used before, and people can submit any additions that they want to it, or how is that process going?
Oh my gosh, so the additions, any potential additions, I told y'all in December, when we were all here in court, were due to me yesterday. I plan to subtract from it. So had you given me any additions to consider, I would consider those, but that deadline has passed.
Understood, Your Honor. I guess I was wondering, will we be going through the formal questionnaire line by line to determine if the omissions that you all wish to make for all of us to agree upon?
I had wanted to do that this morning, which is why I asked this morning earlier if anybody had anything they thought could be deleted. And I got kind of a general, well, anything that's not relevant because it has to do with some other defendant, which I'll take a look at. If you've got specifics and you want to go through it right now, we can do that. Otherwise, if you want to just send to everybody over email potential deletions for me to consider, if you could get that
Yes, Your Honor, I'll get that
to me by the end of the day on Monday.
You'll have it, Your Honor.
Okay. And then I will go through, and on the 7th, when we get back together, we can kind of parse it more specifically.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, y'all get to work. Mr. Dark, you and I talk about what you might need in your order for any kind of funds. So if you'll come on up here. Everybody else is excused, and I'll see y'all on the 7th. Thank you.
I was gonna click off, but I'm gonna let Key sit here. Baby, look at Mr. Scarface. Baby, his bow tie on today. I'm gonna let Key have her moment with him, child. Well, that must have been Eppinger. Oh, it's finna go off. So no love this go around. It looks like that, Jaleesa. It does look like that. India, I didn't want to say that. All them deputies are probably for Eppinger. They are probably for Eppinger, okay? They are probably for Eppinger. I'm pretty sure. They for Eppinger. Key said Rashada Red trying to recruit. Let me Hey, Miss Cherie, good morning. Y'all, okay, I'm gonna say this about Paige. India said it too. India said that there was one other commenter that said it. I do not remember the name, sorry. But I don't think Paige was being like pit. I mean, I understand Paige's attitude, is what I'm saying. I understand Paige's attitude. She just said through the YSL trial, that was like almost a 2-year ordeal, right? Said through that trial, so much foolishness happened. She does not want that to happen with this trial. She said it. Had I been the judge from the start, this wouldn't have gone on. I saw they had a hearing. I think it was the same day Thug got out. They had a hearing right after. No, not Thug. It was someone else's hearing. Nichols, one of them. They had the hearing, right? She told them to be ready. She said, when we do this trial, it's not going to be like the last trial. Whatever time we say, that's the time we're sticking to, okay? Then they go back in December. She tells them similar things, right? They come today, nobody prepared. And it wasn't just the state. It wasn't just the state. It wasn't just the defense. Both sides unprepared. Both sides blaming each other. Like, she's fed up. Do things in order, okay? She said they have 7 officers escorting Eppinger to and from court. I can understand that. I thought Paige was right on point today. And them defense attorneys, those defense attorneys don't have to get with it, because right now you're looking like you are just not going to be able to try this case. Because how in the hell you get up here and tell Paige you filed something? Paige, look it up. It was never filed. Sir, what are you doing? They didn't take her serious because they were used to Glanville. That's not what's happening here. Nobody did homework. Do you hear me, India? Y'all know what I can't stand? And let's look at this case as a group project, okay? I can't stand being in group projects and 2 people at the group don't do their job, and then when it's time for us to present, now you're not ready. You up here looking stupid, I don't like that. Don't make me look stupid. This is a group project, and nobody came with their part of the project done. And Abate get up there. Who in the chat called him a spinner? Here go Miss Pooh. Thank you, Miss Pooh. I got your cash app. Thank you, friend. Who called Abate a spinner? Y'all, not Low done changed his profile pic. Oh, child, y'all cutting up in this chat today with these profile pics. Oh, Crystal, I think you done changed yours too. Y'all are cutting up in the chat today with the profile pictures, but I love that for y'all. Because we all about self-love over here. And I love me some me too. I love that for y'all. But whoever said Abate was becoming a zone 3 spinner, that case turned him into a zone 3 spinner, you were correct. You were correct, because now he get up there and start talking about oncology doctors. What does an oncology doctor do, y'all? Put it in the chat. But Thug was the wolf. Exactly. What she said made me go change mine. Kika done changed her. Kika, period. I know that's right. Hold up. Lala. Oh, not you on the water? What? Okay. Cancer. He is trying to garner sympathy. Cancer. And I thought that was more important. Abate, let me tell you something, sir. You've had the same time those other attorneys had, and it's not just you in that office. It's not just you, but no, he wants to garner sympathy because he didn't do his job either.